She deceived you. She departed. She disregarded your worth. Now you find yourself grappling with the reasons behind her actions. When a woman inflicts mental, emotional, or manipulative harm, the path to healing isn't through pursuit, pleading, or exhaustive self-justification. That approach only perpetuates your pain. Today, I'll guide you through a method to address such betrayal, not just effectively, but transformatively. This isn't about vengeance, it's about reclaiming your authority. It's not about pride, it's about personal growth. Listen attentively, because if you apply these principles, they will yield profound results. First, recognize your pain without letting it define you. Pain is inevitable, whether from betrayal, rejection, or manipulation. It arrives unbidden and leaves disruption in its wake. Yet, there's a critical distinction between experiencing pain and embodying it. Too many men internalize their wounds, allowing them to shape their identity. They view themselves through the lens of their hurt, trapping themselves in a cycle of suffering. You're entitled to your emotions. Acknowledging them doesn't diminish your strength. Admitting pain isn't weakness, it's honesty. But dwelling on it, replaying the same narrative daily, stalls your healing. You're not recovering, you're steeping in sorrow. Confront your pain privately and process it intentionally. Reflect just long enough to gain insight, not so long that it becomes your identity. Suppressing it only delays its return, often in a more destructive form. The aim isn't to deny what happened, but to master your emotions without being consumed by them. Emotional clarity isn't fragility, it's command. It reveals where your boundaries faltered, where you overlooked your instincts, and where you surrendered too much control. When you process pain with purpose, it becomes a mentor. Clinging to it as your identity turns it into a cage. You were never meant to be confined. Second, redirect your energy, not just your presence. Blocking her number, erasing her from social media, or stepping away physically is simple. But if she lingers in your thoughts, if your mind still revolves around her, you haven't truly moved on. Energy is the true currency of relationships. As long as you're mentally tethered to her, checking her profiles, replaying past exchanges, wondering about her thoughts, you're still investing in her emotionally. That's a costly expenditure. Redirecting your energy means severing that invisible tie. No covert monitoring, no casual check-ins, no late-night nostalgia over old memories. Each time you indulge those impulses, you nourish the attachment instead of letting it fade. The most formidable men aren't those who merely vanish from her life. They're the ones who render her irrelevant to theirs. When you cease reacting, when her actions no longer sway you, when your life advances without her influence, that's true liberation. Physical separation is straightforward. Emotional detachment is the real challenge. Master it, and she loses access to the essence of who you are. Third, don't seek closure, embody it. Closure is a myth we chase after heartbreak, believing one final conversation, apology, or explanation will make the pain coherent. It rarely does. The person who caused your pain is seldom equipped to mend it. She may obscure the truth, deflect responsibility, or even shift blame onto you. By pursuing her for answers, you entrust your healing to the one who wounded you. True closure isn't something she provides, it's something you forge. It's the choice to stop needing her validation to move forward. It's prioritizing your peace over her presence. You create closure by shifting your focus from, "Why did she do this?" to, "What will I no longer tolerate?" You close the door not to penalize her, but to safeguard yourself from revisiting a space where you were undervalued. Closure isn't her offering an explanation. It's you deciding her explanation is irrelevant to your progress. Fourth, elevate your standards, not your pride. When hurt, the ego often demands retribution, prove her wrong, make her regret, show her what she lost. But that's insecurity masquerading as confidence. Genuine strength doesn't proclaim itself. It doesn't flaunt revenge, seek attention, or act out of spite. It quietly raises the bar and lets actions speak. Elevating your standards means refusing to engage with those who offer minimal effort, inconsistency, or manipulation. This isn't about becoming guarded or resentful, it's about becoming discerning. High standards naturally filter out those who don't align with your values. You stop forcing connections, begging for mutual effort, or prioritizing being chosen over your own peace. At that point, ego becomes irrelevant. You've ascended to a level where only those who respect your worth qualify. Fifth, replace reaction with intention. Reacting feels gratifying momentarily, it's immediate, emotional, and cathartic, but it surrenders your power. If she can manipulate you with a word, a post, or silence, she still holds sway. Intention is different, calm, deliberate, and strategic. It's choosing to pause, assess, and act in ways that serve your long-term well-being, not fleeting emotions. Often, the most powerful response is none at all. Not every slight requires a retort. Not every betrayal demands confrontation. Your silence can speak louder than any argument. Reaction seeks to prove something to her. Intention proves something to yourself, that you command your life, not her actions. Sixth, transform her absence into your catalyst, not your burden. Her departure leaves a void that can either break you or build you. Many use it as an excuse to unravel. Exceptional men use it as motivation. Her absence isn't the end, it's the beginning of your evolution. Fill that void not with resentment, but with discipline, purpose, and growth. Train harder, sharpen your focus, rebuild your confidence step by step, not to reclaim her, but to reclaim yourself. The version of you that tolerated disrespect is gone. The version emerging now operates in a higher emotional realm. Seventh, live as though she never existed. The ultimate triumph isn't revenge, it's indifference. It's crafting a life so vibrant, so purpose-driven, that her name no longer crosses your mind. When she no longer influences your thoughts or emotions, you've prevailed, not because she notices, but because you no longer care if she does. This isn't about denying the pain she caused, it's about creating a reality where her chapter is just that, a chapter, not the entire narrative. Your response to betrayal reveals more about your character than the betrayal itself. You're not here to prove anything to her, you're here to prove your resilience to yourself. Remain whole, no matter who walks away. Redirect your energy, release the need for closure, raise your standards, act with intention, and let her absence fuel your rise, not your fall. If this resonates deeply, share it with someone who needs this perspective. For more unfiltered insights on relationships, mindset, and personal power, subscribe to InspireXMotivation and enable all notifications. Your next level is already within reach. You just need to step toward it. You just have to show up for it.